Whether you're a fan or not, Donald Trump will be our president come 2025. And if you are buying or selling your home, and that is on the horizon, today we are breaking down his housing policies and how they might impact you. Hey guys, welcome back to Rooted in Redding. I'm Faith Barrett, your local guide to everything here in Redding, California. Now, I know that Donald Trump can evoke mixed emotions, so I want to preface this by saying today's focus is only on housing policies. My goal is to simply share the facts, pros, and cons so you can stay informed about what may be on the horizon. And I will add that politics don't rule my life, and this is probably the most political post you'll see from me. So if you choose to make the comment, please keep it respectful and kind. Let's first paint a picture of the current housing market. Right now, the U.S. housing market faces significant challenges. According to National Association of Realtors, there's a shortage of about 4 million homes, which has driven prices up and made it difficult for many Americans to enter the market. On top of that, the average mortgage rate currently sits around 6.79%, adding another layer of difficulty for potential buyers. Now, Trump's main area of focus is increasing housing supply and reducing regulatory barriers. He believes that high construction costs and restrictive zoning regulations has really hindered affordable housing. So here's a look at Trump's housing policy proposals and what they could mean for you in real estate. Number one is increase housing supply through federal lands. One of Trump's key proposals is to open federal lands for residential development. He stated, "We need more housing for people who can't afford what's going on." This initiative aims to alleviate the housing shortage by utilizing underused federal properties. Now, in the western states, federal land ownership is substantial, with about 46% of the land federally owned. So, for example, Nevada has about 84.5% of its land federally owned, and Alaska has around 61.3%. In contrast, eastern states have much lower levels of federal land ownership, and it's only about 4%. So this means western states would likely benefit the most if this plan were successful. Now, here are the pros and cons regarding this idea. Pro is by increasing the supply of homes, prices could potentially lower, providing more option for buyers. Con is much of this federal land is in rural areas, which may not be suitable for people who need proximity to jobs and services. Number two is reduce mortgage rates. Trump has pledged to lower mortgage rates. While the president doesn't directly control interest rates, Trump suggests his economic policies would eventually drive mortgage rates down. Now let's break down the pros and cons for this. Obviously, pro is lower rates could make home ownership more accessible. Cons is if rates drop too quickly without increased supply, it could lead to higher home prices due to increased demand. Number three is deregulation efforts. Now, another significant part of Trump's plan is reducing regulatory barriers that increase housing costs, such as zoning laws, environmental restrictions, and safety codes. Obviously, the pro is cutting red tape could reduce construction costs by an estimated 24% and making homes more affordable. Now, the con is deregulation without oversight could lead to lower quality construction and environmental concerns. Number four is immigration policies and housing costs. Trump links immigration with housing costs, arguing that undocumented immigrants add to housing demand, which drives up home prices. Now, one proposal includes banning mortgage access for undocumented immigrants, aiming to make more housing available for citizens and legal residents. Now, the pro is limiting competition could theoretically make housing more accessible for citizens, but the con is immigrants make up to 31% of construction workforce. So disrupting this labor flow could lead to shortages and higher construction costs. Number five is tariffs on building materials. Now, Trump has proposed implementing tariffs on imports, with rates ranging from 10% to 20% and even higher rates for goods from China. Now, pros is tariffs are aiming to protect domestic industries and stimulate job growth here, but the con is that tariffs may lead to higher prices for consumers and complicate efforts to address the housing shortage. Now, Trump's campaign mentions plans to provide support for first-time homebuyers, though specifics are limited. This support could include tax credits for down payments or relaxed lending terms similar to past programs. Now, obviously, the pro is you could boost home ownership rates, which have been challenged by high property prices and interest rates. Con is, without additional details, the overall impact of this policy really remains uncertain. This isn't Donald Trump's first rodeo, and his past accomplishments in 2017, along with his plans for 2025, will be interesting to watch unfold. In my opinion, it's a twofold problem: low inventory due to sellers holding onto lower interest rates, and pent-up demand from buyers squeezed by high rates. For meaningful improvement in housing availability and affordability, we need significant change in both supply through new construction and demand through lowering interest rates, but obviously doing it in a healthy manner. I hope this episode helped you understand the proposed housing policies for 2025 and how they might affect you in the coming years. As always, I'm Faith Barrett, your local guide and real estate expert here in the Reading area. We love helping families not only find a home, but a community to thrive in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Trump's housing proposal? Are they enough to tackle the ongoing affordability crisis? Let us know your thoughts, and thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Rooted in Reading. We'll see you next week.